The Bible is full of wisdom and divine love. Or is it? People say the Bible is full of wisdom, morality, and love. But when you actually read it, you start to notice something weird. God does a lot of really, really ridiculous things. And I don't mean slightly over-the-top ridiculous. I mean, why is this even in the Bible? Levels of absurd. So today, we're looking at the most over-the-top, petty, and straight-up unhinged things God does in the Bible. Get ready, because some of these are just wild. Let's get started. 1. God sends bears to maul 42 kids. Over a bald joke? Alright, first up, imagine you're walking down the street, minding your own business, when a group of kids starts teasing you. Annoying? Sure. But how do you handle it? Ignore them. Maybe throw a comeback. Well, if you're God, you send 2 bears to maul 42 children to death. That's what happens when some kids call the prophet Elisha baldy. Instead of, just ignoring them, God unleashes a bear attack, because apparently, name-calling is a death sentence. God, the original bald avenger. 2. God kills Onan 4. Pulling out, next up, we have Onan. His brother dies, and back then, there was a rule that he had to continue the family line with his brother's wife. But Onan decides, no thanks. So, let's just say, he avoids completing the task. God's response? Immediate death? No warning, no second chance. Just straight up execution. Over birth control. Because that's totally a normal, measured reaction. God, pro-life, until he kills you. 3. Moses almost dies because his son wasn't circumcised. Now this one is just bizarre. Moses is on a mission from God. Literally, he's on his way to Egypt to free the Israelites. But out of nowhere, God decides, you know what? I'm gonna kill Moses. Why? Because Moses hadn't circumcised his son yet. And the way it gets fixed is even weirder. Moses' wife quickly cuts off the foreskin and throws it at God's feet. And apparently, that's enough to calm him down. So, just to recap, God chose Moses to lead Israel. Then he suddenly tries to kill him over foreskin, then changes his mind. Makes total sense. God's favorite body part. Change my mind. 4. Lot's wife gets turned into salt. For looking back, this next one sounds like a weird Greek myth, but nope, it's straight from the Bible. God is wiping out the city of Sodom. Lot and his family are escaping, and God gives one simple rule. Whatever you do, don't look back. But Lot's wife, she makes the mistake of, glancing at the destruction. And for that, God turns her into a literal pillar of salt. Just instant death. Why? No idea. It's not like don't look at explosions is a moral lesson. God, keep your eyes forward, or else. 5. Jesus kills a fig tree. For not having fruit out of season? Alright, this next one is just hilarious. Jesus is hungry. He sees a fig tree and no figs. So what does he do? He curses the tree, and it withers and dies. Sounds fair, right? Except, it wasn't fig season. The tree wasn't even supposed to have fruit yet. This is like getting mad at your fridge for being empty when you haven't gone grocery shopping. What did the fig tree ever do to you, Jesus? Jesus, hungry and dangerous. 6. God kills 70,000 people because David took a census. Here's one that makes absolutely no sense. King David takes a census, just counting his people. And God is furious. So furious that he decides to punish David by killing 70,000 innocent people. That's like your boss breaking a rule at work, and corporate decides the best response is to fire half the company. What kind of logic is this? Divine logic. Punish everyone except the guilty. 7. Uzzah dies for trying to stop the ark from falling. Last one, and this one's just plain cruel. Uzzah sees the Ark of the Covenant tipping over. Being a good guy, he instinctively reaches out to steady it. And God's response? Instant death. No second chance. No, hey, I appreciate the effort, but hands off the ark. Just zap. Gone. So the moral here is, what? Let it fall. This is like dropping a Bible, catching it midair, and getting struck by lightning for touching it. Moral of the story, let it fall. So, What did we learn today? God is all-powerful, but also incredibly petty. He punishes trees, census reports, foreskins, and children. And somehow, we're supposed to call this justice and love. If a human acted this way, we'd call them a monster. So why does God get a free pass? If God is real, is he actually good? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for more.